Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants, and it's another day of March Mechness! Well, another week, because I'm only doing weekly videos, really. But, hey, by the way, did you check out our cover of the Beast Wars opening theme? If not, I'm going to put a card right there. Make sure you check it out. Lambo did an amazing job with that. I provided the vocals, but he really carried that project. But anyway, I'm doing another top 5 list. So what is it this week? You all know that I love building Gunpla kits. You know that I love doing Gundam model kits, and I thought this week I would count down my top 5 favorite kits I have built. Now, these are not the absolute best looking kits. These are not, say, the most impressive kits or the hardest to find. They are my favorite kits that I have put time in to build or detail or something like that, okay? So we're going to start it off with my number 5, and I just built this over the summer. I absolutely loved every step of the way, and it came out to be such an impressive piece. I can't argue with the HG1144 Kshatriya. This thing is absolutely beautiful. It is such an interesting looking kit. It is so different from anything else I have. I mean, it's not a Gundam number 1. This is a Neo Zeon suit from Gundam Unicorn or Unicorn Gundam or whatever you want to call it. But it is just these giant binders on it that hide funnels underneath. You can see that there. If you don't know what funnels are, get caught up on your Gundam lore because they're one of my favorite weapons. There's the detailing on the chest here. This is, of course, painted. This is not a sticker. The Neo Zeon, the sleeve symbol there, you can see. The mono eye is painted, but the reason I love this kit is it's big, it's impressive, and there are no stickers on this. I painted every little detail on this. It's got a nice flat coat, so it doesn't look like a toy. It looks really, really beautiful. It's big, it's impressive, and it doesn't even need to be posed. It is imposing on the shelf, and I absolutely love it. My number 4. Over the past couple of years, I have become obsessed with Gundam Age. Not necessarily the anime, just the suit designs and the model kits and everything. And number 1, I want to say that it is a crime we did not get more master grade Gundam Age kits. There were plans for an Age 3, for an Age FX, and sadly we never got them. But I've been building a lot of the HG kits. So this one, another HG, but this is Gundam Age HG, the Age 3 normal. I love this kit. It was so much fun to put together. It was so simple, but so beautifully detailed, and just, it's fun to pose. I can't say enough about it. This is such a fun little kit to build. Even if you don't know much about Gundam Age, the kit itself, like all of the Age kits, are so much fun. And in all honesty, I probably could have put any Age kit up here I've built. I've done a bunch of the Age 1s, the Age 2s. This is the only Age 3, sadly, because the other two are hard to find. And a bunch of other kits. But they're all so much fun to put together. They are simple HGs. They are cheap. And if you come across one, like, pick it up and give it a shot. I love this design. I think it is absolutely fantastic. It's very reminiscent of the Double Zeta from the Universal Century, and it's posable. It's got this big, big gun. Look at that. Look at that gun. It's so great. It's also transformable, but if you don't know much about transforming Gundams and model kits, just don't worry about it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. But it's still a cool little kit. He's, like I said, he's fun to pose. Comes with all kinds of different hands and whatnot. It's a great little fun kit to get into, especially if you're a beginner. Even if you're more advanced, you could probably do quite a bit of customizing on this. But a lot of great color separation and everything. It was not a hassle to build this at all. My number 3 has actually shown up on the channel before. If you watch our video, the cover of The Winner that Lambo did, and then I did a bunch of building of Gunpla in it, you can check it out. I'll put a link right here. I'm building Gunpla in that, and the Gunpla I'm building is my number 3, which is, of course, the real grade GP01. I love the GP01. It is one of my favorite suits of all time in the Gundam universe. It is it's got to be at least half the reason I love 0083 as much as I do. Gundam 0083, for those not versed in it, is a 13-episode miniseries in Gundam. But anyway, I love this suit. Why? It's very classic looking. It looks very, very, just Gundam-y. Very, very classic, just plain Gundam-y. But the design is so cool. There's a lot of cool details in this. And this suit, this kit typically gets a lot of flack because it's supposed to be very fragile, because the actual torso inside is hiding a core fighter, a little transformable jet. And a lot of people find that it makes the kit very fragile, very, very loose. I have not had any problems with it. That's me personally. Mileage may vary, of course, but It's an impressive looking kit. Real grades have a tendency to look very kind of master grade-y with their detail and whatnot. You can see on this guy there's a lot of cool details on here, a lot of nice stickers and everything, or decals to make him look the way he does. But he's impressive, he's posable, and it's just a great representation of one of my favorite suits of all time. I have picked up every version of this kit I can. The real grade, I have the high grade up there, I have the master grade, which is crap, and the perfect grade is actually right there. You can see him standing up top right there. But I love the GP01, and this is a really, really great and fairly cheap representation of this kit. If you like this kit or this design, I think you should pick up this kit. My number 2, maybe a kit that no one ever expects to see on like a best kit list, but again, this isn't best kit, this is favorite kits. So what is my number 2 favorite kit I've ever built? And this is a weird one to put up there, but I am stupidly proud of this kit and how it turned out. This is the Master Grade Strike Freedom Gundam. This is from Gundam Seed. This is an old kit, but I am very, very proud of how this turned out, mostly because of the work that I put into it. You can see that the joints and the innards and everything, there's a lot of gold poking through here. You can see it on the wings and whatnot. All of that gold is painted because the gold that this was molded in was not great at all. It looked very cheap, very chintzy, so I couldn't. I had to paint it, and then after that, I ended up buying water slides, not intended for this, but for the metal build, and just some of those water slide decals on there, they absolutely just really help this thing shine. And it's just a really, really impressive looking piece. There's a lot of display options because you've got the guns on the sides that can, of course, combine. There's guns that actually wrap around the waist then that form these giant cannons. The wings can open up and everything, and there's even more detail in there. You can, of course, spread them out like this. That's how I typically have it up there. And he's got the beam sabers and everything. But I'm just really happy with how this turned out because, like, I put the work into this. And that's what makes it one of my favorite kits, is after all the work I put into this, I think it looks really, really good. I'm really, really happy with it, and I'm just happy to have it on my shelf, turning something that's not that great of a kit into something somewhat impressive. Going off of my number 2 is my number 1 favorite kit I've ever built. And this is my favorite kit I've ever built because this is my first custom job. My first fully custom painted kit, and it is the Full Mechanics 1100 Gundam Vidar from Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. This is entirely custom painted. I did a deeper blue than it was originally. It's more metallic. The face is painted to actually let it stand out. I did a little bit more pink in the head. I did red metallics in certain spots, and you can even see the pistons in the chest here. I've even done, and the pipes in the arms and whatnot. It's a really, really cool kit. The 1/100 Full Mechanics kits are a lot of fun. They're not as detailed as a master grade, but if you really like Iron-Blooded Orphans, they're a good way to go to get a really cool representation of some of the kits. Mostly because the only other way we have is high resolution or the master grade Barbados, and that's it. But this is a really, really cool kit. It's a really great design. It is a Gundam, and it's got like the V-fin and everything, but otherwise it doesn't look very Gundam-y. It looks just way more mechanical. It's got blades in the feet too. You see that? I custom painted the edges on there to make them look more like they have sharp edges. I really love how this turned out as well. I think it looks really, really cool. It's a different looking piece standing up. It's very posable. It's got the rifle. It's got the cool rapier as opposed to a beam saber or some other sword. I'm very, very happy with it. It's a cool looking piece. I sat on this for a while until I decided what I wanted to do with it. And I think it turned out really, really nice. And so I'm very, very happy with it. So those are my top 5 favorite Gunpla kits I have built. Let me know in the comments below which ones you liked, or which ones you've built that you've liked. Which kits have you built that you would recommend to somebody, or which would you recommend to me? Maybe I built it. Or would you like to see more of my stuff? I've posted it before on Twitter and Instagram. We have a Twitter and Instagram, so make sure to check those out. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. But for Nerdstrodamus and March Mechness, I'm Dr. Pants, and I love robots. I'll catch you again real soon.